I'm walking to the gym. It's seeming like a good day. Good old 3 a.m. gym session. So, due to working blue collar right now, a lot of our job sites are overnight. So I'm in the gym anywhere from 3-ish a.m. to latest so far. I think the latest I got in there was 9 a.m. once. Usually any between that range after work. Straight after work, go straight to the gym. Well, it's a push day, so chest, triceps, and a little bit of shoulders. Looking to be a good day, so we'll get right into it, go through everything. I'm walking there right now because I have a gym at my apartment. It's got everything I need, keep everything pretty clean cut, simple, dry. Everything is logged, including the exercise, the sets, the reps, the weight. So if I go up by 10 pounds on a machine, I log how many reps I get until I get to my target reps. Then I go up again, continuously do all this, record everything. Very old school, you see the people sitting in the gym on their phones. I mean, nobody's usually in here anyway, especially at the time I go right now. But I'm not the guy sitting on my phone scrolling through social media for 10 minutes. I'm usually logging and checking, what I need to do next. Assuming, I don't remember it off the top of my head, like I just updated some things. I'll have to review it to make sure I'm on track because I don't want to go in the gym, do the wrong weight, and then all of a sudden realize it later. I know it sounds pretty bad, but coming in the gym at, after 10 to 14 hour shifts, it's a lot easier to keep track if I log it. So, we're getting in. Grab some water real quick, and then we'll get into the little gym session. Alright guys, so I got everything set up. So, attachments I need to change out, everything set up for the warm-up. So I tend to do the warm-up with a weight that I can do a good 15 to 20 reps without getting tired, but have a good solid pump, feel okay, make sure I'm getting that good mind-muscle connection. And then I will go into the real working weight. Now, naturally, nobody's in here. This is what I'm working with, stuff going up to 60 dumbbells, 170 on every stack. Honestly, 100, the same weight on every stack feels different, but that's usually always the case with the cables, just typical. So I tend to do the same exercises on the same cables to keep the most accurate progressive tracking I can keep with. And well, let's get into it. Don't mind the transitions. I'm not going to show them me walking around with a tripod and everything holding it up. It'll showcase the warm-up, and then from there, the actual work. Alright, like I said, we're getting just a warm-up, good 15 to 20 reps on every exercise. So we're sitting at an incline chest press at just like 80 pounds, nothing crazy, enough to get a good feeling out of. It's a good solid 15. Starting to feel a little warm. Set it up for the next. Overhead tricep extensions with the rope. You can choose to use the flat bar, the rope, maybe the V-bar, whatever you choose. Just really a matter of preference. I used to use the straight bar, just wanted to change it with the rope. Wanted to do it differently. You know, it's about time this rope is finally getting some wear and tear. Because we had this rope stayed brand new with nobody coming in here most of the time. And it took forever to start finally getting even the slightest bit of wear and tear. So that real slick new rope feeling. Alright, so now we just got some good old classic dumbbell shoulder shrugs. You know, I have some people kind of laugh when I do some shrugs, but they don't realize that your traps just give you that extra jacked look, and kind of like your chest, you know, your entire arm, but especially as a really good shirt filler, it really does fill that loose neck feeling. As long as you're not going for, you know, the crazy traps that give you the shoulder. It looks like you got a tumor sitting way up here. Alright, you might see the dumbbell here. That's not for the warm-up, that's for the real working work. Warm-up is just a good 15 leg raises. Thankfully this bench has these handles. I just like that extra stretch I can get from having my arms extended versus doing it on the floor with your hands under your butt. So, just a good solid 15. And I actually spend quite a bit of time training abs, and it's not, you know, you always hear people saying, I don't train abs. You know, some people are just lucky to have them naturally revealed pretty easily. If you're wanting them to be, I think I did a video on it. If you want your abs to have that oomph, that it looks like if I punch you in the stomach, it's gonna break my hand abs. Training is important. You know, they're made in the gym and revealed in the kitchen. Because your diet, combined with your exercise, of course, but your diet, especially as long as you're saying calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight, will reveal those abs. So you can, you know, you'll see the skinny guys that are like tiny. I'm talking featherweight or smaller. With talking about I have abs, and they have what we call scabs. You know, they're skinny abs. They're not built abs. Now, I'm not saying you have to try to do your best to build them where you look like you have that big bulge kind of ab look. Kind of like what you look like at the end of your bulk if you still have abs. Like, you have that gym bro that loves beer abs. But if you want those well-defined, crispin abs, whether you're genetically blessed with, an 8-pack, then down to a 6 or 4, you get the idea. You gotta train. And, if you're really wanting that V taper to the closest your genetics will allow, I'm not gonna say don't train your obliques, just don't train them as much as you would your upper and lower, crunches and leg lifts. And especially keep your leg lifts in the range of motion that focuses more on the abs rather than your hip flexors. Now that I got warmed up, we're gonna go to the real work. Now we're incline pressing 110, overhead tricep extensions at 100, crunches with this 10-pound dumbbell, and I will swap that rope out for the wide lat pull down bar, drop to the bottom with 170 for shrugs. So it's all noted. Unfortunately, some of the weights went down from having the broken toe. I couldn't bear a lot of weight on the foot. So some of the weights just couldn't stay as much. You didn't realize how much you use your feet just to stabilize in the sand. Because that one big toe carries 25% of your body weight. So let's get to the real work. Alright, so aside from cardio, that is Thursday, technically Friday, but with the overnight shift, my Thursday goes into Friday. So that's my push day. And if you noticed, aside from me talking, not counting time off camera, just trying to set up the stuff so I wasn't boring y'all with that, it's a relatively quick workout without trying to film, talk, set everything up. It usually takes the weightlifting part 30 minutes, if that. Usually about 30, especially being tired. And if you notice, after being warmed up, it's only one set. Well, it's one set until utter mechanical failure. It's not a data method. People still do it. People still hate on it. What works is what works for you. It's on my page. I'm a certified personal trainer. Not everybody responds super well to more volume. Not everybody responds well to low volume, medium volume. You just gotta find what it is. What works for you? It takes some experimenting. I found it to work. To finish out this workout, it's 10 minutes on the elliptical on a level 3. I usually do 10 minutes after each workout because one of my off days I skateboard. If I don't skateboard, I'm usually playing basketball. So I get some good cardio because I'm not out there for like an hour. I'm usually out there for 3 to 10 hours. And I get quite a bit of cardio on those days. So I tend to keep this cardio, and I even have a bad habit of sometimes skipping it, but don't worry. I'll post it in this video so this way I didn't skip it. So I have some proof to show, and well, let me stop talking and get to it. Check it out. The workout itself didn't take very long. I'll prove the cardio, and as I always say, keep going. And let me know if you guys want to see more of this, and I can show my other days, and we'll get to going. I look forward to talking to you all in the comments.